Hey Wally Watchers. These are called Killa cans. They're little mini dreadnoughts for goblins, Gretchens. Okay, so what I've decided to do with these is magnetize the weapons. This guy's got a magnet inside his body here, look. Okay, and these guns here have all been magnetized. So there's a magnet in the top of the arm there where it joins onto the body of this, so it just snaps into place like that. Okay. Alright, so this gun needs magnetising. This is the final one. Okay, so what you do is you need a marker pen. Right, I've got some drill bits here that help me hollow out the arm joint so I can put the magnet in there. The magnets I've got, if I can pick it up, these magnets here are 5mm in diameter and 2mm deep. Okay. So you're going to need a bit of green stuff. It's hard to get hold of nowadays, but if you can use it, get it. I've got some drill bits here which I can use to hollow out the arm joint. A couple of like sanders, they're meant to go in a drill as well, but I'm just going to use them by hand like this and just kind of twizzle it with my fingers. Same with these. I'm not going to use a drill, I'm just going to use my hand to drill, so I've got more control over it. A small 1mm just in case you need to put a pilot hole in the arm joint. Marker pen and a scalpel. Excuse me, I've got a bad cough. Right, so you might not have to hollow it out. If you really want to do it the quick and easy way, you can just super glue that onto the sticking to everything. See what I'm adding? Right. You can just super glue one of them onto the arm, onto the weapon arm, but you will have to chop a bit off the arm at the angle you want, because the arm has to be at an angle like this, you see. You can't have it straight on, it needs to be at an angle, a diagonal to the body. So you will need to cut a bit off to get that angle if you want to magnetize it. So the first thing to do is to get your Killa can, and then you hold the gun at the angle you want it, like this. And then with the marker pen, you run it along the edge of the body where the gun arm meets the body, like that. If you run a little black line around the edge there while holding it at the angle, you'll know where to cut. Okay, see the black line? So now you know now you know the angle. Okay, so okay, so that's the gun from the front. And you see the black line? That side. This side needs chopping off. So you can either glue the magnet straight to the gun arm, or you can do what I'm going to do and just hollow it out a little bit. You can get magnets that are only 1mm thick, which might work better. Mine are 2mm thick, but they do make them 1mm thick, which might be easier. But anyway, so I'm just going to chop that end off, that side first. On camera, off camera again. I keep doing that mistake, making that mistake, aren't I? Right, okay, so I'm just going to use my scalpel to chop it off. If I can work out how to do it without breaking the gun. You need a a brand new blade, so that's nice and sharp. So if you're a kid, get permission off your parents before you do it. You might need a sanding stick as well to sand this down. I forgot the sanding stick. I'll show you in a sec. Okay, so you need a sanding stick like this. Not the really coarse, it doesn't have to be really coarse, just the okay, so can you see that I've chopped the ball in half at the same angle as the black line. I haven't gone right up to the black line, so you don't need to. You just chop enough off so it's kind of parallel with the black line that you drew earlier. Now you can either just do it the easy way and glue one of these magnets to the outside to your gun here. Just yeah, it's going to be difficult for me to show you this because it's I can't get it out. Okay, so you glue that to the outside of that. You know what I'm doing. Okay. Got the sticking to everything. That is quite annoying. The other thing you need to remember about magnets as well is that they repel each other on one side. High school science. Okay, remember that the magnets, one side they repel each other, and the other side they're repelling each other. I can't push it together. So high school science, make sure you get your magnets the right way around, because you have to put a magnet inside the body of the Killa can as well. So make sure you get them facing in the right direction so they connect before you glue them in there, or do it. I would do it however you need to do it. I'm just going to. Now you should have a bit of a hole in there already from this. You should have one of them on the other side, so when you cut it off you get a little bit of a hole in there already, so you can just make that a bit bigger if you want to hollow it out a bit. And then once you've done that you can start using your right, now you can very gently start using these, your drill bits, but you don't need a drill, you can just do it with your hand like this. Just twizzle it with your hand and it'll still drill into it, and you've got more control over it. Doing that. That is a I think that's 4mm drill bit. Okay, so it's started to hollow out now. You don't need to, like I said, you don't need to do it this way, you can just glue it onto the top of it if you want. This is a slightly bigger drill bit. About 4.5, something like that, 4.5mm. Hollow it out a bit more. Yeah. You get the idea? This is a 5mm drill bit. I'm just going to like go kind of at an angle slightly just to try and get as close. Drill the edges out as close as possible to the edge to get your magnet in there. So your magnet will just insert, you can insert your little magnet into the arm here. Hang on a minute. Sorry about that, was the postman. Where am I? Postman. Right, okay, so now you can use these sanders if you can get hold of these sanders. You buy like that rotary craft drill that I used earlier in another vid. You get a bunch of these with them. Oh, where is it? You get a bunch of them. So you can use them if you want, if you've got them. Again, just use your hand and swizzle it. Right, let's try a magnet. Bit more, I think. I'm going at an angle here to try and get the try and widen the diameter a little bit, so the so that magnet can fit in there. Yeah, it's pretty much already in there. So that is inset a little bit. Like I said, if you've got a 1mm thick magnet, it might fit. It's kind of easier to inset it. Maybe I haven't tried it with a 1mm thick magnet. I've only got 2mm. I've only got 2mm magnets, but what I'm going to do with this knife now is just gently really go around the edges again, just to try and widen the diameter. If you do it really carefully with a brand new blade, you might be able to just get really thin slithers around the edge, just to thin slithers of plastic, really gently. It's still nice and strong even though it's hollowed out. It's not weakening the plastic in any way. again, don't drill just straight down like that. Sometimes drill it all different directions, so you can, you know, you kind of move the drill bit into a different direction slightly, so you can completely hollow this thing out. That looks about right. I don't think I can take much more off there. There we go. So it nicely sits in there. No. Okay. Oh, it did anyway. Where did that go? Right, so someone needs some green stuff now. Green stuff is getting really hard to get hold of at the moment. Because the company in America has gone out, they stopped production of it, just in case you don't know, which is a bummer because I use green stuff all the time. Okay, so I think we're just about there. Right, so what you do is you put a teeny weeny little bit of a blob in here, into the hollow. Now you just hollow it out, you just pop it in there. Get one of your magnets. Just make sure it's the right way around first. So that way around. Hang on, what was that? On that on the outside. Okay. So I've just pushed that in there now. It should be held by the green stuff now in there. It's slightly inset into the plastic, and the green stuff underneath it should hold it in place now. And you can also, what I've been doing with these is have green stuffed around the edges as well, so it's completely green stuffed in there. So it's not going to come out. If it does come out, just super glue it back in there, but it shouldn't do. The green stuff should hold it. So that you see the rim of the magnet there, and how I've green stuffed around the edges, the rim of the magnet on here, look. So it's completely in there. Right, I'll just double check again, see if the magnet's the right way around. Yeah. Is the angle okay? The angle of the gun seems to be alright. That's fine. So I'll green stuff around the edge of that now. Try and compress it in there so it's got a tight fit. Now work around the edges, get it all nicely. There you go, that's got green stuff around the edges of it now. So that's completely in there now. Okay, so what you have to do next is get another magnet. Whoops, it is eight. Right, and now you have to put the magnet into the body like that, into the, okay, so it's like this. Again, just use some green stuff. Blob of green stuff inside his arm, inside his joint there. Just plop it in there. Magnet. Right, just double check with your weapon which way around it goes. So you want that on the inside. Just push it in there. Nice and hard. And you can green stuff around there'll be a gap. That's only 5mm in diameter. The socket that you're putting it into is much wider than that, so you can, to strengthen it, what you would do is put green stuff around the edges as well. I've done it on here, might be able to see it better on here. That is totally green stuffed around the edges, and that needs more green stuff in there. Let's double check it before I do that. Let's see if I've got the magnet the right way around. It should be alright, that's fine. It sticks on there nice. All the other weapons, they stick on there. Yeah. Big shooter. Grot launcher. Whoops, there they. Have I pulled it out? What have I done here? Oh, I've pulled it out now, look. Wonder what happened then. Okay, but it's the right way around. Squash it in there. No, stop doing that. Okay, it won't do that once the green stuff's dried, it won't do that. Okay. If it does come out, you can just super glue it back in there, it's not a problem. Right, this is dummy then. Stay in. Right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some green stuff around the edges to fill in the gaps. Fill in the gap around the edges, which is easy. Just push it in there. You can tidy it up with your scalpel there. Okay, so all that gaps around the edges has been done now. Yeah, that's 2 done. That's 2. Now you don't have to magnetize the melee weapon on a killer can because they are, I think the word is locked. The data sheet is locked. They have to have at least one hand-to-hand combat, close combat weapon. But you can magnetize the guns, which I've done. Okay, so that's how you magnetize one of these. You can swap the guns now. They can carry any gun they want now. Okay, so I'll do another video. I've got one more killer can to make. So what I'll do is I'll video that. I'll put the last one together on video, and then after that I've just got my Orc Warbikers, and I've got some other Armageddon stuff as well to put together. So I'll do that on camera as well. Okay, but I'll do the killer cans first. Alright, thanks for watching, hope it was useful.